The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Every heart sings a song, incomplete until another heart whispers back. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. There is truth in wine and children. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound. So, they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. There is in every one of us, even those who seem to be most moderate, a type of desire that is terrible, wild, and lawless. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. You can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation. If you do not take an interest in the affairs of your government, then you are doomed to live under the rule of fools. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. When you feel grateful, you become great and eventually attract great things. Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Courage is knowing what not to fear. You should not honor men more than truth. Poverty doesn't come because of the decrease of wealth, but because of the increase of desires. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds. If a man neglects education, he walks lame to the end of his life. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. The measure of a man is what he does with power. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. To love rightly is to love what is orderly and beautiful in an educated and disciplined way. The one who learns and learns and doesn't practice is like the one who plows and never plants. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. Thinking, the talking of the soul with itself. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. Only the dead have seen the end of war. Love is a serious mental disease. No one is a friend to his friend who does not love in return. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. Life must be lived as play. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. Science is nothing but perception. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. It is right to give every man his due. Honesty is for the most part less profitable than dishonesty. Attention to health is life's greatest hindrance. All the gold which is under or upon the earth is not enough to give in exchange for virtue. Music is the movement of sound to reach the soul for the education of its virtue. As the builders say, the larger stones do not lie well without the lesser. Poetry is nearer to vital truth than history. Nothing in the affairs of men is worthy of great anxiety. Philosophy begins in wonder. Man, a being in search of meaning. Knowledge is true opinion. Truth is the beginning of every good to the gods, and of every good to man. The wisest have the most authority. One man cannot practice many arts with success. The God's service is tolerable, man's intolerable. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And if there's any more code you would like to add, please leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to join our big family, so you won't miss out on any notes of codes. To share it to your friends so they can use the knowledge too. And until the next time, stay in knowledge mode.